Hey, what's up, y'all? This is former NASCAR driver Bill Lester, and you're listening to Victory Lane Vibes.
He's gonna do it! Bubba Wallace wins in Kansas! What they gonna say now, baby?
This is NASCAR's Chief Hype Officer, Mamba Smith, and you're listening to Victory Lane Vibes. Let's go.
Lewis Hamilton wins the Turkish Grand Prix and is a 7-time champion of the world!
Hey everyone, I'm NASCAR driver Natalie Decker, and you're listening to Victory Lane Vibes.
The light is on.
Welcome to another episode of Victory Lane Vibes. We are your hostesses with the mostesses. It's Jarratt and Art. Apparently, the episode where it was Peyton and Art, where my name got slandered, was a fan favorite episode with this setup. So we're going to run it back. And hopefully no shade gets thrown upon me this evening. But I can't make any promises.
If it is,
Apparently
it is
neither can
deserved as always.
Yeah, it's not nice. Not nice at all. All right. Well, Art, it's been a couple weeks since I've watched PTI. How do you do this? I ask the question, you answer it, I give my part, we set a timer, and we move. Is that how this works?
Yeah, pretty much. Just keep a clock somewhere in your background. That's fine.
Perfect. Actually, I'm gonna set this timer. Hee hee, ha hee hee, ha.
We're a professional podcast because we totally could have done this 3 minutes ago before we hit the button.
Perfectly fine, but it doesn't matter. We're gonna have 3 minutes for each question. That should give us plenty of episode, plenty of content, and we move to San Diego.
If you can't tell, we are grasping at straws after this week.
Clock's on, clock's ticking. Let's ride. All right. First question or first subject. Denny Hamlin just won 3 straight races: Nashville, Michigan, and now in Pocono. Is he the best driver in NASCAR right now, or is this just a hot streak?
I mean, I feel like it's a little bit of both. You know, I feel like not only is he one of the best drivers, like he's been a top 5 driver the last couple seasons, right? Like this isn't new for him, but it feels like everyone else has kind of fallen off a little bit, right? Like the Fords we're going to talk about, but they've been kind of out to lunch. And then the Chevys, that nose ain't nosing. Like it ain't sniffing nothing for them. And it seems like it takes a Herculean effort for them just to be on screen with the Toyota right now. So this kind of feels like a perfect storm for him. But I've been here before with Denny where everything is clicking and then it's suddenly not. And he goes home empty-handed at the end of the year. But for right now, yeah, he's the best driver in NASCAR.
I mean, Toyota definitely has it figured out with the new body. I want to give, that's rude to say. I was going to say I give Toyota more credit than Denny. I'm just seeing the speed that Legacy has all of a sudden. Just seeing another Toyota team come into the fold and have some top 10 performance is a really good thing to see as an organization and as a manufacturer. Denny's hot, man. I don't know if this is how he grieves and he just wants to put belt to ass to everybody, but he's come back from back to front twice, and then he got the pole for Sunday and just stunk the show up. So it's a shame we'll never get to.
Too.
Yeah, he's a man on a mission. I really truly think that he's capitalizing on I wouldn't say doubts, but the wayward performance that 2311 currently has. There's been some misses with the setups of the track because I'd put them, of the 3 Toyota teams, 2311's been right there in the conversation, obviously with the performance that Tyler's had this year out of the 45 camp. But yeah, man, when the iron's hot, strike. Then he's gonna do it. He's gonna take this week off, but I'm interested to see what happens the next time he's back on an oval to see what damage he does.
No driver has benefited more from the final race to crowning a champion disappearing more than Denny. Like, no driver has benefited more from it than Joey Logano arriving, and no driver has benefited more from it leaving than Denny. I think that just seems to be his biggest Achilles heel is going into Phoenix. So that's kind of out of the way now.
I don't know. We gonna see. We gonna see. That leads us into our next question. So we
Let
beat
me
the
read this
timer.
because I did some more research. I did
Okay.
research for this show. While I was scrambling to put together dining chairs. I did not expect to be on this show tonight. I'm supposed to be celebrating my Canes, but whatever. So the question is: Hamlin's points lead has Hamlin has shrunk the points gap to Tyler Reddick by 19 points. Is there any chance the 45 holds the 11 off for the regular season title? And my research was that I went back the last couple weeks and did the math to see just how much that gap has shrunk. And over the last 4 weeks, Denny has gained 7, 25, 46, and 32 points. Those are big chunks into Tyler's lead. So I guess the question is just can Tyler be a 2-time regular season champ, or is Denny going to take it?
So foreshadowing, the 97 is my pick this weekend. I think Belts is going to be to Cheeks, and I am expecting a very large ass woman coming out of SVG. However, with Sonoma being after Coronado, I feel like Tyler's going to wake up and he's going to get number 6 for the year. I think that he's starting to feel the pressure. I think that little bet that they had between them at what was it, in Nashville, or was it Nashville?
I think it was
At Nashville. I feel like that rubbed Tyler the wrong way. I think he might lock in and find some extra motivation for himself to not lose the regular season championship. So I'm interested to see it both ways, honestly. But I just know that road courses aren't Denny's strong suit. He'll probably finish somewhere from 18th to 21st this week, and Tyler's just going to have to capitalize and sack some points.
Yeah, I think it just depends on who can minimize their bad weeks, and it feels like right now the 11 is better able to do that than the 45. Now, credit the 45's worst weeks have come because they've just gotten slammed into by the Hurricane Hocevar. All right, and that's just kind of bad luck. But I really wonder. We still have some tracks coming up that can really favor Denny. I know, like to your point, the road courses are not his strong suit, and I fully expect Tyler to widen that gap back out, like to your point, the next couple of weeks. But I don't know, man. Momentum is real, and we talk about them being cheated up. I really think the 11 has cheated up something, and they're not telling anybody. They're not telling the 19. They're not telling the 20, the 40, the 54. They probably ain't telling Coach Gibbs even. Like, they got something, and clearly, because look, Denny is great. He's not 11 seconds over the field level great. So yeah, no, there's something there, and I really want the 45 to hold on to this. I root for Tyler, every week, but right now that I think 23-11 as a whole is just kind of missing a little bit, just a little bit. Like, they're still great, but they don't have that 6th gear that right now the 11 can pull out.
Next question. Christopher Bell gambled on a fuel strategy at Pocono this weekend and ran out of gas after breaking his wrist last week. Was the gamble worth it?
I mean, probably. I think he's pretty safe in the playoff field. If he was closer to the bubble, I would hate it, right? If he was in the 14, 15, 16 range, I would hate it because that's probably knocks you out. But what did he finish? I don't remember where he finished. He finished in the 20s, like 26th, and in the points, he is still 10th. And he didn't lose or gain any spots in the points. So it probably was worth it, right? Like, you didn't drop 5 spots in the standings, but you do kind of wonder what you could you have gained a couple if you just, finished 4th instead of running out. I mean, maybe it was a case where their hand was forced and it was either, coming in pit or run and finish in the back, or run out and finish in the back. But part of me, in the moment, I didn't think it was worth it, but in hindsight, it probably was.
I feel like if that team, I mean, they had some speed, obviously, in Michigan. But, you got to go for your wins. You got to take your chances. Just the way the cautions fell yesterday, and the way the pitch strategy was seemingly playing out, you got to go for it. And I'm glad that somebody did. I really appreciate that with Christopher Bell going for it. And to your point, Art, they're safe enough in the points where you could run that risk. If you were, like, to your point, you down there in no man's land, that's probably not the best decision that you do. You're probably a little safer with the fuel mileage game and just look to capitalize with a top 15 finish. But sometimes you got to do what you got to do. I expected Chase Briscoe to do something similar. I feel like the other JGR cars right now are holding their weight. And it's just beating everybody's ass. I just want somebody to wake up and find their inner dog and challenge, honestly, truthfully. Somebody wake up and do something.
Yeah.
Moving on. Go ahead. Keep going. We
I
got
was,
some time.
no, I was gonna segue that very smoothly into another topic, but I realized it wasn't next on the rundown. But no, moving on. Brad K fell below the cut line after a DNF this week. Is there any chance that RFK gets 2 cars into the chase?
Hell no. I don't think so. Now, granted, it's the time of the year where Christopher Buescher wakes up. I don't have the schedule in front of me, so I don't know where I can pencil him in for Chris Buescher doing things. He's won at Richmond. That's in a couple of months. That's before the chase. But I just feel like Brad has been more inconsistent than I'm used to him being. The six team had some performance increases. I felt like the tail end of last year they were getting a little bit better finishes, but it's hard for multiple team cars to get in the playoffs. But with their performance right now, they're not even the fastest 4 team, so they got some work to do if they're trying to get to the playoffs.
It's weird. The fall off for Keselowski this year has been kind of abrupt. Like, I feel like he was cruising around in like that 8th to 10th spot pretty consistently, and then the last couple of weeks they have just been completely out to lunch, or they've just had some bad luck. I imagine he's still not fully healthy. Like, we all remember he was walking around with the pimp cane back at Daytona, like, and that you're old too. Like, I want to say that he can't, just because he has so much experience. Like, I really put a lot of stock in experience when it comes to guys in these positions, and that they'll just find a way to get decent finishes out of it. But yeah, they really do seem to be like a one horse team right now. Like, yeah, Buescher's comfy in 7th in the standing. Now credit, Keselowski's only 4 points below the cut line, so he's not like, it's impossible. And Priest is not too far behind him. Priest is about 30 points behind him as well. But I just don't see either of those cars having the pace to be able to consistently get stage points and contend for a win, and I feel like if you're one of these guys who's, 20, 30 points out right now, like, it's going to take a win to, like, give you that boost. Like, if I'm a Ross Chastain who's down there as well, Ross Chastain, man, he is having a bad year.
Yes, he is.
It's going to take a win and some stage points to get you back up. That you can't just ride around in 12th and point your way back in, because those guys are too good above you. So my gut says no. I don't see it happening. I'm not a Keselowski fan. I blame him for the if gap car mentality back at Texas 2014. But you don't want to see him go out sad like this. So that's kind of a bummer. But no, I don't think he gets it. I don't think they get another car in at all.
Right on time.
Look at that.
Moving on, Justin Allgaier won again on Saturday. Does anyone have a chance at catching him this season?
No. The short answer is no. The long answer is, I just spoke about experience, and I looked up, again, right before we came on, I looked up ages. Do you know what year Justin Allgaier was born? Without looking, do you know?
1988.
That's a very good guess. 86. So you're pretty close. That's pretty close.
Good.
Now, do you know what are the ages of some of his competitors who are right behind him in the points?
19. 22.
So he's born in 86. I have 2005. 2005. First of all, the fact that race car drivers were born in 2005, man,
That's scary.
I don't like that. That's not right. That's a misprint. But 05, 97, 94, 2003. What that tells me is that he is racing against a bunch of kids. And I just don't see him. He does not seem like the type of driver to just like step on his toes and have, 3 DNFs in the last 10 races. And now that we have we're back at the chase system, I really don't see anyone catching him, honestly. Like, they have been insanely good this year. They're not quite the 88 last year in terms of being like white hot, whatever it was, fucking 20 weeks in a row with the top 5 or whatever it was. Like, they aren't that hot, but they seem like they win with ease every other week. And so, yeah, I don't think anyone's going to catch them.
Yeah, I agree, man. It's seeing Justin Allgaier fast gives me hope for Raj, man. We got 2 more races in the 32, big dog. It's just 2 more races in the 32, dog, and it's game time. It's game time from there. I promise you, it's game time. So having some speed coming out of the organization is good. I'm glad one of the full-time cars is doing what full-time cars are supposed to do, which is putting belt to the cheeks. But to your point, this is one of the situations where this is what happens when you have this format. You get a guy that's hot and he just cracking them off, and when he's not winning, it's top 5 finishes. So he could literally blow up for 3 races in a row, still have the championship lead and enough cushion to get him to the final 4. So I'm all for it. Break the system. Y'all wanted it back, we got it back. Use it to your advantage.
So next week we are racing. Is it Coronado?
Coronado, yes, sir.
Coronado. We're racing on a military base. Do you think this race will be a brilliant masterclass, or is it going to be a disaster? Because I feel like there's only 2 outcomes. I don't think there's any medium road we can go down.
2 packs of ass. The only thing that's going to make this race weekend fantastic is if it rains. And I want rain. I want chaos. I want it to happen like the first year. I know, but it never rains in Southern California. I don't know the song. However, I feel like the inaugural Chicago race was brilliant because it rained and you had to wait it out and then you had to go immediately before it rained again and got dark. I don't know. We'll see. Looking at Brad, shout out Brad Perez, VLV alum. Looking at the video he put up of the race course, I was like, eh. Looking at the iRacing video of the race course, I was like, eh. The only fun part of the track looks like turn 2 when they're downhill doing way faster than they need to be in stock cars. I think that's going to be the one calamity corner. It's cool. NASCAR got to do something. I'm happy that there's 2 races out in California, so the West Coast race fans have a place to come and see some races. I feel like that's good on them. But in regards to the racing product, I don't know. It's a street course. I hope SVG just waxes it. Hope they wax it.
All right, what's our way too early prediction? Is this a one and done, or do you think they ever come back here?
I feel like NASCAR's done enough promotion for this to make it so hopefully it's not like they have their high-tiered, super exclusive, like, what do they call it, the 1738 package or whatever it is. So they're trying to pull out all the stops a la F1 to give a really nice viewing experience. I hope the people writing those checks with commas in it have a great time. I hope for the sport, the setup is nice. The racing is decent enough to want to come back. But as we know, no, this car does some funny things in race courses. We might get a good race, we might get a bad race. But we'll have 750 horsepower, so small wins.
Yeah, I like the horsepower side of it, but when I look at the initial, to your point, those videos that we've seen of the course, I admit I did not like it. It looks too narrow. I like a good calamity quarter. It feels like there's about 2 or 3 of them, which to me is 1 or 2 too many. And I have a feeling they're just going to be on parade laps for half the race under caution. And one of my biggest beefs is how long these cautions are. I feel like we're going to get 60% of the broadcast be under yellow. I hope I'm wrong. I'd love to be wrong. I'd love to come in next week and tell you I was wrong. But I don't right now. Right now, I don't see it being good. I hope it is. I'm sure there's a lot of money and effort and time and logistical challenges, and they even made a movie for it. I still haven't seen yet. I need to, but um, yeah, man, I don't like this car. I'd much rather just be back in Chicago. Chicago was like a nice known entity with enough calamity. That was the sweet spot of calamity. I don't think this is gonna be. I think it's gonna be too much.
Yerp. As we move, a win on Sunday would tie SVG's second all-time road course wins with Tony Stewart at 8. SVG to date has had 14 road course starts, and Tony Stewart has had 34. Is SVG NASCAR's road course GOAT?
Again, the short answer is yes, but it's not a fair question. And it's not a fair question because even though I wrote the question, it's not a fair question because I compare road course racing and oval racing. They are really two different languages. Like there's some it's like, French and maybe Spanish or like some of those Romance languages that have some overlap to them and you can understand bits of them, but they are two different languages. SVG is a native speaker of this road course language. Like he gets it better than anyone else because he has been so immersed in it forever. And for every other driver in the Cup Garage, no matter how much experience they've gotten, they're on the Duolingo app. Like they are on the Rosetta Stone. Like they have the flashcards up that they are flipping through. And when it comes time to talk, like they just cannot match him. So the short answer is yes. It is just a matter of time until he takes number one all time on that list. As a Jeff Gordon diehard, I've come to peace with this, and I understand it, and I'm willing to accept it because every time they're at a road course, he puts on a show, and it takes a Herculean effort for someone to beat him, and as long as he doesn't beat himself or have mechanical issues. It's more often you're probably losing money if you bet on him this weekend, I would imagine. So yeah, definitely is.
Yeah, SVG is my pick to win. He should be all of yours pick to win. I'm not telling you where to put your money if you gamble, but however, I'd pick him to win. Honestly, truthfully, this is his wheelhouse. He's undefeated on street courses, and this is what he grew up doing before he came over here. So he's my pick. I really hope that records are meant to be broken, as we've seen this past weekend. So good on him. I want him to do it. I need him to do it, actually. Need that.
And the wrinkle also, to your point about him being undefeated on street courses, the fact that it's a completely new course that no one else has been on. Like that really, that I think strengthens his stranglehold on it because, he goes to, you all go to Watkins Glen or Sonoma or somewhere where there's been years and years of data and books, and you've got setups that can work for you. Here, no one knows anything. And so, that's just another environment that he's set up to take advantage of and he'll thrive in.
Absolutely.
So next question. Next week starts the in-season challenge. Now, Jarratt, I know you love the in-season challenge. I hate it because I got fucking washed after like 2 weeks, and that's why I don't do March Madness. I don't like those. But who are your picks? Who's going to be the Ty Dillon, the Cinderella story this year? Who do you have winning the whole damn thing?
So you know what we're going to do? We're going to pause right here, right now. I'm going to pause my timer, and I'm going to sit here live on air, and I'm going to do my bracket. It's going to be quick. This will be quick decisions. So it's Tyler Reddick versus Alex Bowman.
Don't do that. Don't be ugly. Don't be ugly.
I'm not. It's not on purpose. I'm not intentionally being ugly. It's just making me giggle. I don't want to name my bracket. I'll name it Victory Lane Vibes, and I'll put the 8-ball as my. Sure, I've read the terms and conditions. Y'all better pay me this year because last year I only missed one. Next round, Austin Cindric versus Brad Keselowski. I'm just gonna pick Austin Cindric off the strength of Brad Keselowski's having a bad racing year, and he's not gonna have a good day. Sunday. Oh, Todd Gilliland versus Daniel Suarez.
Stage winner Todd Gilliland.
Upset. Todd Gilliland beats Daniel Suarez. Hurricane versus Zane Smith. Oh, is Carson good on road courses?
Not really. I think he's like mid pack.
I'm a big Zane. Calamity Corner. Let's try something. I'll have the front row teammates going against each other when we get to Atlanta. Is it Atlanta? Oh, this is for Sonoma. Oh, this starts in Sonoma. Oh.
Still a road course.
Still a road course. Still keeping my picks. We move. Chase Briscoe versus AJ Allmendinger. I'll give it to Chase Briscoe. I don't know why.
The fall off for poor AJ. I shouldn't say
He shouldn't have
poor,
been
I'm
running
not a
his
fan
mouth.
of
It's
him.
his own fault.
Yeah,
He shouldn't have
that's,
been running
that's
his mouth.
true. Well, no, the fall off for him has been since SVG.
Like
showed
Colleagues
up.
has been has shown some speed. Like Ty has had speed.
That's true.
Next round, Mr. Gibbs versus Austin Dillon. Ty. Bubba versus Michael McDowell. The hate in my heart wants to pick Bubba.
Yeah. Say it.
I hope he wrecks him.
I hope he does. I think he would.
I think he will. And I'm gonna get that lick back for that All-Star race. And then Chase Elliott versus Noah Gragson. I don't even know why that's an option. Obviously it's gonna be. Wait, are there two sides to this bracket? Oh, there are. Oh, that's dumb. Denny Hamlin versus Ty Dillon. We're gonna choose Denny, I guess. Eric Jones versus Joey Logano. Joey ain't had nothing go right with him this year, and I don't think he fast road courses. I'm gonna just keep punching him while he's down. Chris Busch versus John Hunter. John Hunter not fast on road courses, but Toyota's got speed. I might have to call upset. I think I am calling upset.
Picking John Nemechek for anything is a mistake, but that's the hate. in my
Truthfully and honestly, it is, but I'm here for chaos. Seabell versus Chastain. I'll pick Christopher Bell. William Byron versus Stenhouse. That's obvious. Kyle Larson versus Riley Herbst. Riley Herbst. You deserve nothing, Kyle Larson. SVG versus Ryan Priest. Just like Ryan Priest put up in that tweet. Might as well just walk back out the door, big dog. I ain't got nothing for you.
Yeah, it's Rap City, brother.
You're cooked. Ryan Blaney versus Josh Berry. Foreshadowing.
Go ahead and walk out that door, big dog. Yeah, okay.
Nuts. All right. Round 2, Chicagoland. Oh, this is where it gets fun. Tyler Reddick versus Austin Cindric. Tyler Reddick, you better not win. You better not win Chicagoland. Todd Dillon versus Zane Smith. Head-to-head teammate matchup. Todd's been fast. I'll give that to him. Ty Gibbs versus Chase Briscoe. I give Chase Briscoe Chicagoland just because he's been seeing the track before. Bubba versus Chase Elliott. Bubba's going to win Chicagoland. That's easy. Next, on the other side of the bracket, Denny Hamlin versus Eric Jones. Denny. Seabell versus John Hunter Nemechek. Seabell. William Byron versus Riley Herbst. At Chicagoland. I don't know. Them Toyotas fast and Chevrolets are slow. I'm picking Riley as
Oh, come on, man. I think you're picking with
You
your
don't think
heart,
so?
not your head.
You don't
I
think
mean,
so?
listen, I fuck with Riley, but I think the 24
The day is done. Ryan Blaney versus SVG. I gotta sadly give it to Ryan Blaney. Where do they go after that? Atlanta. Tyler Reddick versus Ty Gilliland. Tyler Reddick. Chase Briscoe versus Bubba. Bubba, obviously, because he's going to go back to back. Denny Hamlin versus Christopher Bell. Denny, because Christopher Bell doesn't deserve to do anything nice at a road course. I mean, at a drafting track. William Byron versus Ryan Blaney. That's tough. I give it to Ryan Blaney. Which leaves the final four to be Tyler versus Bubba and Blaney versus Ryan and Blaney versus Hamlin. So cool. Bubba over Tyler at North Wilkesboro. Denny over Ryan Blaney at North Wilkesboro, and then they're going to end this out at the Brickyard. And Bubba Wallace do his own damn three-peat, go back-to-back at Indy, and win the regular season. I mean, and win the East Season Championship and get $1 million. Bastards. That's mine, and I'm picking it. Tiebreaker, predict how many laps in the in-season tournament challenge would champion lead during the 5-race tournament. Bubba needs to lead 9 laps to win this. Don't care. Submit.
9?
You heard it first. That's all he
Where
needs.
there is delusion, there is hope.
Yeah. Hey, I'm here. That's my bracket. I did it live on air for you guys, so you can criticize me in the VLV mentions.
It's on tape. We got
It's
it.
on tape. It's been recorded. Do you want to do yours or do we move?
I don't want to do one. No, I'm fine. With
Perfect.
it. Maybe we'll screenshot and post it on the Twitter at VL Vibes Podcast.
Yeah. Everybody post their brackets, and we can get called delusional. Who read that question? You or me? You actually.
I think I did. I can read this one too. I got it. So last week they announced that Josh Berry is being removed from the Wood Brothers 21 at the end of the season. Thoughts on the decision, and who do you think should take the seat?
Boy, you lucky you got co-signed by Dale Earnhardt Jr.
I mean, really though, like, okay, I'm so glad
you would have been out of that car. You would have been out of that car last year if it was my damn machine. You would have been gone. With that being said, the experiment's over. He won a race. Congratulations. Hasn't done anything since. Not really his fault. I just feel like his talent, his repertoire will be better suited in Xfinity. I think that's where he should be. There's nothing wrong with that. Elliott Sadler made a decent living in Cup and then went down to Nationwide and put belt to ass, and I feel like he can have a similar end to his career. In regards to who replaces him, I mean, the guy I want over there, Penske, he can't go get it. Apparently, he got another year on his deal. But I don't know if there's nobody really hunting for a seat right now to go to
call
Penske.
Someone up from O'Reilly.
Who you call?
Jesse Love? Do you call?
You call Sheldon? High school and close the Xfinity team.
God.
Well, like what we doing, baby? Somebody's going to be in the Wood Brothers car. I don't have any inkling of who it's going to be as of yet. But with the Penske alliance, they're not cars. But essentially the 21 is a fourth Penske car, and they've shown speed in the places where, with the right hands behind the wheel, that car could be just as fast, the 2, the 12, the 22. So hopefully they pick up somebody good that can add some more win columns to the Wood Brothers legacy. But it ain't gonna be Josh Berry. Bye.
Man, so when this happened, I just want to say I saw people comment. I mean, it's Twitter, so it's Twitter. But I saw comments saying, "Oh yeah, they're gonna put him in the 48." My brother in Christ, the only way he's gonna get in the 48 is he boots up NASCAR 25. That's the only way he's gonna get in the 48. That is a level of listen. Josh Berry's mama, grandmama, and auntie would not think that he's gonna get in the 48. That's just, that's delusion. So yeah, I mean, he even said he wasn't surprised by, probably wonder if it's a little PR. Do you notice that like the week before that stat came out or got posted about him DNFing like a third of his races or something? I wonder if the team like put that out ahead of time, just like test the waters, be like, hey, I know about to cut him, right? Like I wouldn't put that past any of these teams. But anyway, I think your point. I think he can get back in O'Reilly or trucks for a while. I think that makes more sense for him. That Dale Jr. shine apparently lasts for 3 years. I was looking at the standings here. I was like, okay, let me go find the top Ford. I went to the O'Reilly series. The top Ford was J.J. Yaley in 33rd in points. I said, oh my God. So that's not an option. But then I went to the truck series, and you got Lane Riggs there. He's leading the points. He got 3 wins. And then you got Chandler Smith, who's third in the standings. And I think it could be one of those two. I mean, Lane Riggs, he's still a pretty young dude, right? He's born in 2002. Like, he's not an old guy or, like, over the hill. I mean, same with Chandler Smith. I think it could be one of... I think if they don't poach somebody, it's going to be one of those two. And maybe you just wait till the season wraps to see which one of them you take. I think the more interesting scenario is, do they pull someone from another manufacturer? Do they pull a Brandon Jones? Do they pull, I don't know, Sam Mayer maybe? I don't know, man. Like, is it a good seat? I mean, it's a good seat. It's not a great seat. My dream scenario still is at this point for you to bump Austin Cindric in the 21, put Bubba Wallace in the 2, and let's cook. I stand by that, but maybe after Ford figures their shit out, because right now they ain't got their shit on. So that's who I would say. I think Lane Riggs has got the inside track for it. Man, that Ford pipeline, boy, is boo-boo stinky, boy. That thing is hot trash.
Yeah, big dog. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I'm just. Congratulations, Josh Berry. You're going to learn O'Reilly's Auto Parts.
I think you're going to go to trucks. I'm going to be real with you.
Tomato. Next question. After a brutal last 9 weeks, Joey Logano has dropped to 18th in the points. With no winning in, is he cooked?
Flambéed, roasted, sous vide, grilled, sauteed, air fried. What else am I missing? I know I'm missing one. Oven
Sous vide.
roasted. I said sous vide. Dog. I need something else. Yes, barbecued, rotisserie. You pick your favorite, charcoal versus gas. I mean, it's whichever one your choice. Yes, he's cooked. So you look at the 22, man. I don't know what is happening with them. Like, they are not world beaters, right? They have the worst average finish of a champion in NASCAR history, whatever. But my God, their last 9 races, 6 finishes below 25th. And then he has 7 finishes of 30th or worse. So, yeah, like I said, Joey's last 9 races, 6 finishes of 25th or worse. He's got 7 finishes of 30th or worse this year already. And a lot of those are on speed. Like, these aren't all DNFs. Like, some of these, we just were slow. What was it? I can't remember the race. There was some race this year. It might have been Nashville or somewhere. They were like 2 laps down at the end of stage 1, just on pace. Like, just out to lunch, boy. Yeah, I don't see any world where he makes it into. I mean, is it possible? Yes, it's statistically possible. I don't see any world where he makes it into a playoff. I'll be honest.
Yeah, brother. Even year Joey Logano championship stuff is dead. You guys spoke it into existence, and now look, he's ruined it for you. He can't do it. There's not enough races left. He probably has to win like 5 straight just to get back to being in a sniffing of the chase, let alone give himself an opportunity to make it to the final 4, to make it to Homestead. I don't think it's happening. Something's off in the Penske camp for Ryan Blaney. It's his pit crew, and for the other 3 cars, it's just speed. And it's we can see where the investment Ford made in the truck program strong. The front row cars have been fast, and not all the front row cars. Some of them have been quick, but just with Penske and RFK, like, it seems like Ford's missing something too. Chevrolet has the new nose, and they haven't learned what to do with it yet. Ford didn't get a car change this year, but there's something to miss. I don't know if it's in the sim or what's going on, but the only people that have done the homework have been Toyota. So sorry, Joey. Better next year. You ain't got it this year, big dog. And that's okay. It's okay to have a down year. It's fine. Look at Denny. He went winless. Well, when did he go winless? What was that? 14, 18 something? And they wanted to yank him out of the car. Now look at him. 45 years old and still doing it. Still getting it done. He's probably 43. I aged that man terribly, but
No, I think
it
he
is
is
what it is.
45.
Flambéed, sous vide,
It's all
cooked.
of the all of the above. Well, yeah, Denny is 45. Yeah, Joey, it's Rap City, brother. And I'm just glad that I do not have to walk my happy ass down into downtown Charlotte and walk in the Hall of Fame and see Joey Logano beside Jeff Gordon number of championships. I am just so thankful that that is not a reality that I have to endure.
Yet.
Thank you, racing. No, not ever. Because as long as he ain't got no playoff, he ain't winning no title. He ain't winning no title without no playoffs. Like let me be clear, Obama voice. He ain't winning shit in terms of a trophy in the year without no playoff. Don't. He ain't never been that guy, and he not about to be. It's not a coincidence that he didn't start winning titles until that came around. It's not a coincidence. Our last topic, we did 11 for 11, is that Legacy has been pretty hot recently, the last couple of weeks. On Sunday, Eric Jones jumped up 3 spots to 15th in the standings, just inside the cut line. John Nemechek jumped up 2 spots to 26th in the standings, so whatever. Good
Jesus.
for you, I guess. Can they stay in the playoff hunt and get Eric Jones to the postseason?
With the speed Legacy has shown the past 3 weeks, Eric Jones is due for a win. I think it's time. Jimmy's spending the money like Bubba told him to do, and he's definitely invested in this team, which is awesome to see. So yeah, I think Eric can do it. I think he'll be able to maintain. I think he'll stay right there between 10 to 16. That's what he'll peak at. It's probably as high as 10th in points, just because of the other drivers I've mentioned. Bubba Wallace going on a 3-peat to win, to solidify himself and to the top 5 of the point standings. But I'm here for it. John Hunter, you just keep doing you, big dog. You just keep being a great teammate. Not yet. It's not for you just yet.
Yeah, I thoroughly think the 43 can stay in under the cut line in the playoff hunt. I mean, yeah, Eric Jones is a really good driver. Like I don't like him not because of a person or anything. I just don't like because he is often contending for wins at tracks that I want Bubba to win at and do well at, like Darlington. Like they're very similar at those tracks. But in a vacuum, he seems like a great guy. So yeah, I can see that totally happening. I mean, I'm looking at the drivers around him in the playoff bubble. He's like 7 points back of SVG, but we know that's going to change and slide up. But then it's Bubba, and then below him is Cindric. He and Cindric are actually tied. I did not realize that. They are tied for 15th, 4 points ahead of Keselowski. So, yeah, I think he can definitely outrun Cindric. If they can keep up this pace, which, to be fair, we were not expecting this kind of performance from them the last couple weeks. They have not been a consistently great team this year, but they clearly have found something and are capitalizing on it. So, yeah, if he can keep this up, I absolutely can see him outpacing those guys around him and getting into it. But John Nemechek, brother, you need to be selling cars on a lot somewhere. That's all I have to say. I do not have a high opinion of him. I will never call him by his full name. He does not deserve that right in my house, and he will not get it. He is Jonathan Nemechek. And that is all he will be known as in my house. So I can't wait for Riley to take that seat, boy. I want Riley to do a fucking Fortnite dance on him as he packs his things and gets out. Bro, like I can't wait for that, bro. Like,
Man, dog. Riley got a supporter of me. I hope he gets to 84 next year and start cracking skulls, dog.
Listen, Riley,
this momentum going.
No driver has changed more in my view this season than Riley. It is all positive. Like I liked him, but now I'm like, yo, am I about to go buy a 35 hat? And I was like, I better not, because he about to change seats next year. But I was like, am I about to buy a Riley diecast? Like, I might. I really might.
I might have to spend some money on him.
Yo, he might be my guy, man. Like,
yeah, dog. He's like, I have nothing but love for Riley. I wish him a lot of success next season.
Yeah. Did you see? Oh, I guess you did because you mentioned it. I listened after we recorded the
Oh
podcast.
yeah, you saw what I was saying?
And they talked about Rolex Riley. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Like, yo, this dude's cool as hell. Yeah. So yeah, I root for you. I do not root for John Nemechek. John Nemechek a bum.
We never do. No.
John Nemechek's last name was Smith. Boy, he would be sweeping up in a Walmart backlot somewhere. But that's a story for another day.
Man, what's with these second and third generation drivers that don't drive like their daddy? The only one that's actually doing something with their life is Ryan Blaney and Chase with them two. The other ones.
The ones that should have an ego don't, and the ones that do should just be grateful they get to show up at the track every week. I mean, if we're gonna keep it a buck, that's how I feel though. I ain't a fan of Jonathan Nemechek. I'm sick of him ruining the 23's day.
A facts, bro. Don't go nowhere than the 23 at Echo Park, bro.
If I promise you, if I see in a couple of weeks we're gonna go to Talladega, they're gonna go to Daytona. If I see Jonathan Nemechek behind the 23, I will dock someone at Legacy Motor Club. I'm telling you, I'm leaking addresses and phone numbers. I promise you, somebody's
We've done it
information
before, we can do
will
it again.
Go public, bro. Like I can't. This scrub. All right. Anyway, sorry, we went way over time, but I just.
No, we get on time. You know what I'm saying? This
I do not like that man.
bonus
I'm
round?
sick of seeing him on my Sundays.
Is there a bonus round? Could
You
there be
can
bonus
do
on the
lights too.
PTI or like a last like a sound off thing?
We can do a lights too bright. End it on that. You got lights too
My
bright.
lights too bright goes.
I got one. And it's gonna hurt. I'm gonna go since you're not ready.
I'm ready. Oh, here we go.
No, I got it. My light's too bright this week. It pains me. It pains me. The 23 team, brother, man, just as a whole conglomerate.
Your reason is different than mine, so you give your reason, I'll give mine.
So
we're on two different ends of the same candle.
All right, well, I'll stick with the one that had me heated on Sunday. And listen, you my guy. You know, I rock with you. But the light's too bright. Listen, there are no sacred cows on lights too bright. Like, I got to give it to you no matter what. If Connor Zillich can get lights too bright, you got to get it lights too bright. My boy Charles up in the box. Charles, brother, man, what? This ain't been a good weekend for people named Charles in motorsports, brother. I don't understand why there are so many cases at road courses and tracks like this where the 23 is not running well and everyone is pitting to flip the stage and we pit to flip the stage instead of getting stage points. The 23 has probably lost about 85 points in the last 3 years by just not staying out and getting the stage points. And it happened again on Sunday. Into stage 2, they're riding around, ain't done shit all race. You know, the car got up to 23rd or 25th and ain't do shit. The car was never in the teens. Like, let's be real. The car was never a 19th place car, never 9 or 10th place car. And you had a chance to get 10 points. And listen, I understand the temptation of wanting to pit with everybody else, get a little better track position. They really would have netted out like 4 spots worse on track on the restart to start stage 3. And you would have had 10 points. Like, some days you just got to know what you got, right? Like, every week is not going to be a heater. Every week you're not going to have the fast car. Like, play with the hand you've been dealt. And clearly that car was a bucket of shit the whole second half of the race. Like, you can't get above 20th. And I'm sure it's not for a lack of effort, but like for whatever reason, they just didn't have it. So when that happens, you got to take the free money. You never go broke making a profit, as Jay-Z once told me. So you got to take the free points and we can scratch and claw back to finish 20. They only finished 23rd or 21st or whatever it was, in the 20s. And I saw folks online and folks in our chat were talking about, oh, well, you know, they're playing for the fuel strategy because they pitted twice or whatever. We put fuel strategy. Folks, the days of 12 cars running out of gas at the end of a Pocono race, they're not coming back, fam. Like, you're not living in reality. Those days are over. They're done. They're not coming back. You got 2 cars ran out of gas. Bell and I forget who the other one was offhand. Maybe it was the 21. I don't even know. But you got 2 spots off of that. Now, I don't know about you, but 10 is more than 2. So I would much rather have the 10 points from a stage win versus the 2 points from the people we passed. They probably would have passed anyway, because you still would have been around the same spot where you were fuel-wise. So it just drives me crazy. They do it all the time at Sonoma. So many times. The brother would have got 8 stage points at Sonoma. Now go ahead and pull it in for 4 in fuel. Like, and I don't understand. I don't understand why. I don't know if it's that Bubba wants to do it, but because it was the same problem with Booty. They do the same thing. Bubba's the only constant, so I'm starting to wonder if it's him. But like, look, you got to maximize your day. You got to get a max points day that you can. And listen, some days you the windshield, some day you the bug. And this was a bug weekend. Like, we thought it was going to be a windshield weekend. We thought it was going to be a sticker weekend. It was not. Just take the points, please. Please take the points. I know at least 4 people, I am sure, in airspeed listen to us. At least 4, I am sure. I know y'all exist. Help me. Clip this. Take it to the... Please, help my mental health. Just send them this clip, please. Take the points. I beg. So, Charles, you were my lights too bright this week.
Yeah, I like that. I'm not gonna give it to Bubba. I'm gonna give it to Charles. Charles, you also get my lights too bright. For some of the same sentiments as Art, but I just, you have to realize that you ain't got it some weeks. He wrecked in qualifying. Yeah. You fixed the primary car, and I know you didn't have it. I was okay. I was fine. Like, look, he wrecked. The car cheated up too much. It's fine. It doesn't have any suspension underneath it. They can't fix it. Cool, whatever. We move. I was fine. I was cool. To Art's point, you have to take the fuel strategy that serves you and not your aspirations of winning a race after you wreck the car twice, seemingly. They had their free pit stop when they wrecked. They had plenty of fuel. Run it out. Do something different. Get off strategy. So in case a yellow happens and you can do something different than the rest of the field, then yeah, at that point in time, you can capitalize off your fuel. Pull a Joey Logano. He does it all the time. Yeah, it just sucks that you didn't earn any stage points. A lackluster finish didn't gain you any points. And you're now sitting 13th in the points. So for the next 2 weeks, you have to play stage win and stage points, because it doesn't seem like a win's going to come to the 23's way until they get out of California. So you got 2 weeks to maximize, and I better see some stage wins out of that car. I better. You know what I'm saying?
My last thing, I'll let it go, is all of these men and women that work on these teams are dumb smart. Like, these are all really smart people. Am I wrong? Right? Like,
no, they're all geniuses.
There are no idiots on these teams. I don't care what team you're on. Like, we always talk about, some teams are great, some teams suck. But like, the worst team on the grid has people that are way smarter than me. Right? Making calls, calculating, all of that stuff. Which, I say that to say this. If your strategy is betting that 15 groups of people are all going to fuck up, that's not a good strategy. That's not a good strategy. These are not the village idiots out here. These folks are. So like, if you're hoping that all of these people are gonna get it wrong, and you're gonna be the one to get it right, not a good strategy. That might have worked when you were Richard Petty and racing the milkman and the dog catchers, but today's game, it don't work like that.
It's multi-million-dollar organizations. They have MIT graduates trying to figure this stuff out, bro.
It just don't. I mean, they even sound the broadcast. They can figure it out down to the ounce, brother. Like, it's not gonna happen. So that strategy was FUBAR from the beginning, because there's no chance that's gonna happen. And I just hate when you have a strategy that is a strategy on hope that 15 people are gonna fuck up. 15 teams are gonna fuck up, because that's a terrible strategy. If you're like, I need to get one spot, we're running second, or like, maybe we can try and stretch it, whatever. Yeah, that's one, whatever. But listen, dude. Like I said, some days you just ass, and you just gotta make the best of it. And I just feel
Gotta be
like
cheeks.
again, and I just again like I feel like we're gonna sit here at the end of the regular season and be like, well, damn, it sure would be nice if Bubba had 10 points right now. Like, could have in your hand. You know, run 2 more laps, 3 minutes away from 10 more points, and we just give it away. So anyway,
Shameful.
it is shameful.
Let's see. We'll end the episode on a happy note. Lewis got 106.
Yes, sir.
He wins in Barcelona to get his first win for Ferrari, which is ironically enough where Michael Schumacher got his first win for Ferrari as well at Barcelona. Huh.
True.
The two goats keep goating. As previously mentioned, everybody's going to be in Coronado. It's going to be a weekend filled with racing and sunshine. Hopefully, Jimmy Johnson gets back in the truck and brings some vibes and not drunkenness. Well, let's say that.
Hey, listen, man. If Jimmy Jam wants to have a little drink, let him have a drink. You win 7 championships. As long as you ain't behind the wheel, you can do whatever you want, brother. And I'm sure he's more responsible than that. But I had one other quick thing I want to point out.
Sure.
I'm sure you did as well, and I'm sure most people who watch both races did. But my experience on Sunday of watching F1 in the morning on Apple TV, and then NASCAR at 1 p.m. 1 p.m. 1 p.m.
Talk to us.
In the afternoon on Prime. Chef's kiss, boy. Like that. Give me that every single weekend, dog. Don't you dare put some NASCAR race on my TV starting at 5 p.m. East Coast time. Get out of my face. On a Sunday night, y'all know we got jobs out here. We got things to do.
You can put a road course race on Sunday night.
This past weekend or this Sunday, bro, that was great. And that F1 race, now I fully admit that I am much less well versed in F1 as Jarratt and Peyton and Carl and Danny, who are longtime hardcore watchers. But boy, that race on Sunday was good. That was a fucking barn. And it's not just because Lewis won, which always helps. Like, I root for one guy in F1, that's it. But that race was really fucking. That race was way better than the NASCAR race. I'm sorry. Like if y'all are tenfold. Even if you're listening to this and you never watched any F1, go watch that race from Sunday because that was so good. And I love the strategy of, different like 2-stop versus 3-stop. And okay, we're gonna put you on tires. Now you got to fucking burn up through the field and like be aggressive. Like, yes, give me more of that. And there's no fake cautions. But oh my God, it was so good. It was so good.
So good.
That's the thing with F1. It's like, I feel like, this is my opinion now, and then we can wrap. But I feel like for me on it, when I think about F1, again, being a much newer watcher, only the last couple of years, but NASCAR, I feel like has a higher average, but I feel like the peaks of F1 are a little bit higher than NASCAR. And I think F1 has a much lower floor. And there's been some F1 races I was like, yo, bro, I ain't watching this shit. This is boring as hell. This is a parade lap. I don't care for this. So like, it can definitely bottom out. I'm not saying every F1 race I've ever watched has been great, but when it hits, boy, that shit fucking
it's different,
hits.
man. When an F1 race hits, it just sets the whole day up for success.
Yeah. So anyway, Lewis, shout out to you. You're the GOAT 106. Remember who you are. You my guy.
Yeah, y'all ain't blow up the video as much as I thought y'all would. We posted it twice, and y'all ain't blew it up. I feel like Art did a really good job.
Perfect song,
the
bro.
Perfect song. It was, man.
That's okay. As I've said privately, many geniuses are not appreciated in their time, and I'm just one of them. I've accepted it. It's okay. It's what it is.
Well, with that, thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell your mammies, tell your Grammys, buy some merch. VOV Fourth Wall. I'm gonna put the link up again, and we're giving you 20% off for the summer. get some shirts, get some stickers, buy these sweat shorts that are uber duper comfortable. Other than that, we're gonna wrangle some friends and we're gonna talk planes next week. It's plane vibes with Victory Lane.
Somebody going in the drink. Somebody
hope
going
so.
in the drink.
I want somebody to go swimming. Maybe
do you
maybe
think-
Noah wants to go under the sea.
They need to include a life vest in the cabin this week in the car, just in case. You know, a little some
Have a
floaties so
life
they can.
preserver and just yank the cord if you go under.
Somebody going in.
Well, we'll have to wait 7 days to see. We out.